Hello everyone, my name is Burcu Unsal. I am the proud creator of neuro-shine technology, an ICF certified NLP and coach trainer, an ICF certified coach, and a leadership instructor at UCLA Extension.
Ready to shine? Come on, it's the shiny one. You got this. If you wanna go galactic.
Today I would love to talk to you about your emotions, your primary basic emotions. You know, as part of emotional intelligence, your self-awareness, meaning being aware of your emotions, how you feel, why you feel that way, and what others feel and why they feel that way, is your number one skill. And knowing how to name your emotions is the first part of that emotional self-awareness. Because what ends up happening most of the times is that we mix emotions, we label them incorrectly. When you feel sad, you might say, I'm frustrated. When you feel angry, you can say that, oh my God, I am just so disgusted. So if you are using this mixed feelings and mixed emotions and incorrect labeling of your emotions, you'll never be able to understand yourself at a deeper level. For that reason, I wanted to talk about this wheel of emotions that Robert Plutchik created back in the 2001 so that you can become even more aware about your emotions. If you're ready, let's go. So here is the wheel of emotions by Robert Plutchik. As you see, he gathered 8 primary emotions all together and he paired them with their polar opposites. For example, as you see anger here and you see fear on the polar opposite side, you see joy here and then you see sadness on the polar opposite. You see anticipation here and then you see surprise over here. And also you see trust here and you see disgust here. These are all opposite polars of emotions, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about right now. Number 1 is fear. If you ask my opinion, teaching neuro-linguistic programming and certifying coaches since 2011, what I have realized and what I know is that fear is the biggest emotion that we feel. And it is the most real one because in our brain, let me show you, in our brain, there is a very important part that is responsible for our survival. It's called amygdala. And amygdala's job, amygdala's duty is to protect you from all kinds of dangers and all kinds of threats. And that is about fear. When you feel the fear, here's what happens. When you feel the fear, you might start with apprehension. It may not be that deep, but if you go a little bit deeper, if you lose control of the fear, you might even go into terror. So you need to understand that the fear is the reason why you stop doing what you want to do. Fear is the reason why you don't even start chasing your goals and dreams. And fear is the reason why you don't even start relationships. You don't start businesses because it is big. It is your survival. It is biological. Second is anger. And anger is the polar opposite of fear. So let's look again. As you see, anger is right on the opposite polar of fear. Why? Because when you feel the fear, you diminish your power. You let go of your personal power. You feel helpless. You feel hopeless. And just like a turtle, you get smaller. Whereas on the opposite side, when you have anger, you get bigger, even physiologically speaking. Now you are ready to attack. You are ready to fight with that anger because the anger motivates you to do bigger behaviors, and that's exactly why it is on the opposite side. And that's exactly why when your amygdala is triggered, it is either motivating fight or flight response. Fight is the anger, right? You're so angry, you're gonna fight with it. Fear is the opposite of it. You're just going to diminish your power and you're gonna give up. The third basic emotion is sadness. Listen, I want to remind you that these are the primary human emotions, which means even a baby A 1-year-old baby feels them. These are not advanced emotions such as doubt or humility or empathy or optimism. So this is a very basic emotion. Let's look at sadness and where it is on this wheel. You see, sadness is on the opposite polar of joy. Joy is the opposite of sadness because when you're sad, even your physiology is the opposite of joy, right? So when you're sad, you're frowning. When you're happy and when you're joyful, you're smiling. And also make sure that when you're sad, you are not considering yourself helpless or fearful. Those are extremely different emotions and you want to be very, very careful how exactly you feel. 4 is disgust. I am following another path of negative emotions and I'm going towards the positive ones. Disgust is a really primary emotion for all of us. And as you see, disgust is on the opposite polar of trust. Disgust is when you feel anxiety, when you feel doubt, when you feel uncertainty. So when you feel disgust, you need to ask yourself, what is the root of this emotion and why do I feel that way? You need to label it correctly so that you can find ways to reverse engineer it and turn it into the opposite of it, which is trust, and trust has something to do with faith. Number 5 is anticipation. Anticipating means that you know you're expecting. That's an expectation. So anticipation, as you see, is on the opposite polar of surprise. When you're surprised, it's all unknown, it's all uncertainty. When you anticipate it, you expect it. You have certainty. So that anticipation gives you power. Tony Robbins always says anticipation is power, even in business and relationships. If you can anticipate what can go wrong, and if you can prepare yourself to overcome those challenges and whatever goes wrong, so you are not prepared, you're anticipating and cannot stop you. Now, moving up to more positive emotions, now we're going to talk about surprise. You know how you change your physiology, your facial expression from anticipation to surprise? Anticipation is more of a flat face, right? Like you're anticipating it. And surprise is like, wow, you're surprised. And that surprise is not supposed to be always positive. You can have very negative surprises, like problems and challenges in life that you don't anticipate, you don't expect, but they show up. And that gives you surprise. And little babies have that face as well. That's why they're called basic human emotions. Number 7 is trust. Now we're talking really green. As you see right here, trust was the opposite part of disgust. Trust is one of the deepest part of our core where we open up and very attached to another human being or to another situation where we feel safe and there is no danger, so that you can turn trust into admiration and acceptance and embracing. When you trust the process, when you have faith in what is going on and the timing of your life, you will be able to accept and stop arguing with your reality. And that is one of the greatest skills that you can ever have. And the most positive and the last one is joy. You know, when you bring the joy, when you are the joy, life has a different meaning. It is a positive meaning. And when you have joy, you have ecstasy. When you have ecstasy, you have bliss. And it comes from serenity, it comes from peace. When you have joy, you can have all these positive emotions and actually override the negative ones. So why is it important to know all these basic emotions? Like I said again, most of the times, unfortunately, we name them incorrectly. And when you name your emotions incorrectly, there is no way you will understand your own human behaviors and root causes of them. So there you have it, 8 basic emotions by Robert Plutchik. I hope you liked this video. I hope it helped you and made you more aware about your emotions, and you can improve your emotional intelligence with this. If you like this video, please like it and share it with your friends. And of course, subscribe to my channel for more awesome content just like this. Why? So that you can maximize your potential, and you and I, we can create a much better world with more love and shiny minds.
Absolutely. 'Cause she